He's going, oh, come on, brother, don't you want to see what's down there? Something just wasn't sitting right with me, but I'd let him drag me all the way out here. So I say, well, lead the way. So we're making our way down all throughout this cave here. And I mean, it was incredible. He's leading me down tunnels, these deep canals. He'd had me squeezing through crevices, so tight in my arms, my face are getting scraped up. Some of the views were genuinely breathtaking. And we're so deep down into these caves at this point, and my friend looks back at me and kind of says, brother, what are you doing there? As he'd seen the look on my face, because I'd stopped dead in my tracks as I had started hearing what I thought were these voices. I say to him, oh, what's that noise? He just looks at me confused, He's like, are you messing with me? And I say, no, I heard a man's voice. He just says, oh, brother, calm down. It's probably just another hiker. Will you just relax? Come on. He goes, I think I hear a waterfall on the other side of that tunnel. And so I go against every fiber of my being that was trying to go ahead and walk the other way. And as I'm following him toward this tunnel, I'm hearing like these clanking noises, just all these sounds. And we both stop dead in our tracks as we're walking down this tunnel, as we suddenly see this odd figure just standing there at the other end. And my friend's going, what the hell? Who was that? And I say, see, I told you I heard something. And like we are just frozen. The silence is broken when this man yells on out. He goes, hey, who goes there? And we're just like shocked here, not even answering. And so he starts approaching us. And as he kind of steps into a bit of the light, there we see him. And it was this miner. He looked like he'd been down here for God knows how long. Face was all charred up. And we're just shocked looking at him here. And he goes, I said, who goes there? And my friend goes, we're just exploring the cave. What are you doing down here? I didn't know there was any miners down here. And this guy says, buddy, I'm down here with my team. You guys can't be down here. It's a restricted mine area. Could get in a lot of trouble crossing through here. And my friend just goes, well, what's your name? He says back to him, listen, pal, I'm down here busting my ass in these mines, so you can burn those fancy hand lamps of yours. Don't twist my leg, you hear. Name's Cade Thomas. Want an autograph? My friend says to him, look, man, I didn't mean to cause you any trouble here. We'll be on our way. And this is where it got really unsettling. He says to us, are you two boys afraid of the dark? And we'd said to him, no, sir. What makes you say that? And he goes, oh, well, it can get pretty dark down here. Darker than you can imagine. Thought maybe you two had came down to stay a while. Keep me company. And I remember at that point, my friend and I had just looked at each other in a gut-wrenching fear. Like, is this guy going to try something here? And we had completely lost it. When we'd looked back at Cade, and he'd completely vanished. And the chills that went through us in that moment just had us frozen. I said to my friend, where'd he go? He's going, I don't know. He yelled, Cade, come on, Cade, don't play with this, man. And so we just take off, walking back up the way we came. We were beyond freaked out. We just didn't want any trouble. And the atmosphere was just so oddly off-putting as we were making our way back up. And I remember at one point, I'd heard my friend's footsteps come to a halt, and I kind of squint and look back at him like, hey, let's keep moving, I'm going, what the hell are you looking at? And boy, his eyes were just wide. And he'd said to me, brother, you might want to come and take a look at this. I say back to him, look, man, can we save the sight, seeing for another time? You heard the guy. We could get in a lot of trouble for being here. And he just got his flashlight aimed up at this wall, and he says to me, oh, you think so, huh? He goes, brother, we didn't hear anything. I don't think no guy said nothing to us. And I'm going, are you hearing yourself, my man? You feel okay there? We just both talked to him. He said his name was Cade Thomas. And I go on and walk up on what he's looking at, and chills run down my spine as quickly as I read the words on a copper memorial plaque that had said, in memory of Cade Thomas and the brave miners of the Deep Rock coal mine. Here we honor the courage and spirit of Cade Thomas and his fellow miners who tragically lost their lives in service to their community on November 5th, 1925. And with both of our jaws just practically on the floor and our eyes popping out of our heads, we had never ran so quickly in our lives. That had brought us to the mutual haunting conclusion that the man that we'd spoken to in that tunnel, who disappeared right before both of our eyes, had been dead for 100 years.